The dark powers many times speak in front of us in plain sight, and we have no idea what they're trying to say. Allegedly, that's what happened today. You see, right here in Chicago at Brookfield Zoo, Charlotte the tarantula, you heard me, Charlotte the tarantula, they say predicts the Super Bowl 60 winner. Now people, I want to show you this because it's beyond, again, allegedly what they're showing you. This is so deep. Just want you to follow me on this thing. Because this Super Bowl is about a WAR. This Super Bowl is symbolic of a WAR, the one to come. United States, Iran, Israel, sprinkled with other superpowers at some point. You see the tarantula in the football? He's going toward the Seattle Seahawks. When you think about Seahawks, what do you think about? Seahawks. We have the USS Abraham Lincoln. So they placed the spider not only on top of the football, and it went in one direction toward the Seattle Seahawks, but then when they placed it on top of the napkin, it also went to Seattle. So it's predicting that Seattle will win. Now, symbolic? Or did they do 50 or 60 tries and finally got the right one? I don't know. Is it telling? Are they trying to tell us something? They very well could be. So we're going to explore this thing, okay? There is a movie out on YouTube called I Pet Go 2, came out on June 24th of 2012. That's this movie here. Many of you are familiar with that. It has the WAR in there. Battleships and everything in the background just exploded and imploded. You see planes going across the sky. You see something in the sea exploding. It's about WAR. That date, subtracted from the Super Bowl, the actual date of that film on YouTube, and that Super Bowl Sunday, the difference is 13 years and 722. 722 is when Abraham Lincoln took his last breath. Now you're going to see in this video current events, all in relation to a spider. And you'll be surprised allegedly who that spider is. Now check this out. Seattle Seahawks win February 8th, 2026, Super Bowl 60. That comes out to 421. What happened on 421? That's when Pope Francis died. On 421. Is that coincidence? Now, I'm not saying go out and bet. I'm just going to bring a presentation to you. 421. 421 is when Prince died. 421 is when King Charles' mother, Queen Elizabeth, was born. 421 is when Rome was founded. April 21st, 421, is the 111th day of the year. They've been utilizing that a lot. It's the start of something new. If you take, I believe it's the birthdays of King Charles and the birthday of his mom, you get 6-7. Purple Rain, 6-7. Prince's birthday is 6-7. Did they subconsciously birth the purple rain? Not the R-A-I-N, but the R-E-I-G-N, the reign of the Antichrist. I've taught that before. Now check this out. Charlotte, the Sheelan rose-haired tarantula, rose at Brookfield Zoo, is a famous resident known for predicting the Super Bowl winner, such as 2026. That's the spider. Charlotte, the tarantula at Brookfield Zoo, made her prediction today, February 3rd, 2026. Now we're going to get into spider deities. Spider deities. I will put the video in the description. This is powerful. You need to learn this. Okay? They worship spiders and deities back in Egypt. Satan is bringing his best from the past. Egypt, Rome, those were conquerors. I dealt with Roman yesterday. Watch my video on Nikki, the entertainer, Nikki. Roman is our alter ego, Nicki Minaj. Roman. Are they speaking to us today? Now I want you to listen to this. I'm going to bring this video in different parts. Okay, let's start with this at the 23rd point. Listen to this here.
Respected goddess in ancient Egypt, worshipped for thousands of years.
Neith. Neith, the Egyptian spider goddess. Neith. 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 Now let me give you a little history about Neith. Neith is the grandmother of all the Egyptian gods. And she's the mother of the sun god Ra, which I've been teaching you guys. Now, Isis, as the legend goes, Isis, her husband and brother, Osiris, was killed by Set, his brother. So I'm going to say it again. Neith is the grandmother of all Egyptian gods. That's a lot of power, right? She's the mother of Ra. Now, Isis is the wife of Osiris, who was killed by his brother Seth. Not only is she his wife, but she's his brother. Isis asked Neith to mummify Osiris, that is, preserve him. As her preservation skills of mummification grew, she created a spider. She was enchanted. She spoke to spiders, literally. And when creating the spider helped her weave and preserve bodies. I know it's deep, but this is how mythology goes. Isis was at a point decided to bring her husband back to life, and she did, the preservation. You see, wrapping mummies, over all my decades of studying, I am convinced wrapping mummies was just not for show. It was not just for preservation. They were so deep. This is why I said they had to get into the knowledge of the tree of good and evil. In that, they could try to be as close to being like God himself. And they are able to tap into the A-N-D. Listen to the initials, A-N-D. What is A-N-D backwards? Okay? They were able to tap into the A-N-D backwards. So when you mummify something that's dead, you're preserving it for the future. So when you consider the A-N-D, they brought it back. They blew back into this mummy the breath of life. There's only two ways I can see that. either they have a checkpoint somewhere in the spirit realm where they have that spirit held at a place and they bring it back, or there are evil spirits that jump into that thing and now they're walking amongst us. Probably the second thing. Does the Bible not say first is death, then the judgment, so you're not coming back? Some people believe, I'm not going to argue about it, but it's probably the second part, whereas the body was preserved, and then at a appointed time, they wanted to bring back this body, like Neith. Neith was asked by Isis to bring her husband back, Osiris. They unwrapped him and a spirit came back into him. I know it's hard to wrap your mind around it, but I believe they're doing that today. I'm gonna leave it at that. And many of these people are walking around in high positions today.
They're making people.
You probably weren't ready for that this morning, but I'm gonna bring it. I figure it's time for me to bring it to you like that. They're walking around and they're in high prestigious positions. Okay? So listen to this here. Neith, Neith, the Egyptian spider god. Listen to this.
Neith was a powerful and respected goddess in ancient Egypt, worshipped for thousands of years in different regions of the country. She was revered as the goddess of war and hunting, as well as the goddess of weaving and creation, making her a multifaceted deity with many important roles, as she is considered one of the oldest deities in the Egyptian pantheon.
Goddess of war, preservation, and life. Life. War, preservation, life. Let's go to this other part.
One of the most distinctive symbols associated with Neith is the sun disk, which represents the power of the sun and the sky and symbolizes her role as the goddess of creation. According to ancient Egyptian myths, Neith was one of the earliest deities in the creation world and was believed to have created the sun, moon, and the stars, though over time, some of her attributes were transferred to other, newer gods in the Egyptian pantheon.
Light. They believe that. And you have people on the earth that literally worship these spirits.
Into this story, Osiris was killed by his brother Set and was brought back to life by his sister and wife, Isis. To honor her husband, Isis asked Neith.
So, Neith was asked by Isis to bring her brother / husband back to life. That's how deep this is. I just want you guys to hear this thing. And the last part here, I'm just playing this in segments because I want you to hear this thing. .340.
So Neith decided to create the first spider, which would help her in weaving the shroud. The spider was
Created the first spider. Neith created the first spider.
to the highest standards. So Neith decided to create the first spider, which would help her in weaving the shroud. The spider was said to be the first weaver of the world, and its intricate webs were seen as symbols of Neith's creation and power. The spider was also...
Isn't that something? All from, I tell you, this football game is symbolic. It's symbolic, y'all. It's symbolic. So just work with them, break it down. See, Neith is the goddess of war. The goddess of war. She weaved the shroud for Osiris. It's deep. Now check this out. Entering Kamala'S. See her birthday? October 20th, 1964, she's 61 years old. Take her birthday literally, subtract it from Super Bowl Sunday, you get 61 like her birthday and 111. The 111th day of the year is 421. And I showed you 421 earlier, right? I showed you 421 earlier. The same day that the pontiff died. Now, why would I bring her on? Well, because she's symbolic of Neith. Kamala'S coming back. She's symbolic of Neith. She is the lotus flower, which I've been teaching you guys, which I'll show you in a second. Take her birthday again, last year. Subtract it from June 4th, 2026. June 4th. June 4th is what? June 4th is when the Seattle Seahawks were founded. June 4th. So again, take June 4th, subtract it from Kamala'S birthday last year, you get 722. Abraham Lincoln took his last breath on 7:22 a.m. Now listen to this here. Kamala, lotus flower. Trump gave the Pope a lotus flower. This is going to explain allegedly what Kamala Harris' role is. Check it out. Now understand this. Neith is the grandmother again of all Egyptian gods and the mother of Ra. Ra comes from the sun. Ra comes from the lotus flower, in which we're going to learn. Lotus flower. Lotus flower. Kamala means lotus flower. Coincidentally, Kamala Harris. It's deep. Check it out.
One who committed to his subscribers that this event would be prophetic and that I would be analyzing the symbolism would have read about this very same species only 3 days earlier. So what is the important symbolism? The lotus is one of the most occult and ancient symbols of the natural world. And the fact that Donald Trump chose this sculpture, which was entitled Rising Above, is of grave concern. The lotus is the flower sacred to the Aryan Hindus, Egyptians, Buddhists, and references to it are found in the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Jewish mystic religion of Kabbalism, and several other pagan religion texts and sculptures. For the occult, it represents the divine rebirth unto enlightenment, an abstract concept that is brought to life in the concrete or visible form of a lotus. It is, in essence, the same symbolism as the enlightenment of the all-seeing third eye.
Let's go from here. And that's what Neith is. Neith is light, sun worship of Egypt, just like the sun worship of Rome. Rome was Sol Invictus. Egypt was the sun god Ra. Come out of the birth from the lotus flower. Check it out.
It's commonly accepted that the lotus is the symbol of resurrection and rebirth, of a new life, of eternal lives. They are aquatic plants. Lotuses send out their roots deep into the dark, fertile mud below the waterline. Then their stem and bud reach upward toward the surface until it breaks forth into the daylight. They just kind of happily float on the water, soak up the sun, following its light throughout the course of the day. Then it closes its bud at night and sinks back down beneath the water to do it all over again the next day, like Ra emerging from the cosmic ocean.
You heard you said? Like Ra, the sun god Ra. Listen.
Like Ra emerging from the cosmic ocean. And you may remember from our first lessons that Ra is often shown actually coming forth
from the lotus flower. Is your lotus flower, is your sun god Ra, there's your falcon, and there's your snake. See how it all comes together? It has to have the water birth. It has to have the water birth. You follow me now? So, will there be an earthquake? It has to be a water birth. It's deep, y'all. Is your sun god here on the water? This is all Egyptian. This is all lotus. This is all lotus flower. This is all history. This is how they roll. And the sun god Ra, again, his mother is Neith, Neith. Now let's look at this here. The game is between Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots. The spider, the tarantula, went on the side of Seattle. If Seattle wins, they'll be 17-3. That 1-7. That 1-7. Remember we talked about the 1-7. Remember we had a few weeks ago, Renee Nicole Good. She died on 1-7. The license plate of JFK is GG3, which is 773. That's 1-7. I showed you last night, or a video earlier, JFK Jr.'s wife. She was born on 1-7. A lot of 1-7s, people. Then look here. June 4th is the Seattle Seahawks. Founded. Take June 4th, 2025, anniversary last year. From Super Bowl Sunday, you get 8-4. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Many believe he's the Antichrist. Mummification, anybody? What do you think? Allegedly, they say he looks like Akhenaten. Akhenaten. Yeah, the 10th ruler of the 18th dynasty. You guys remember that? Akhenaten. Then you have this. It's going to be at Levi Stadium in the Super Bowl. July 1-7. There's your 1-7. July 17, 2014. The stadium they played was founded then. Take July 17, 2025, last anniversary, Super Bowl Sunday. Date, the difference is 6/22. On 6/22 of last year, that's when America bombed Iran. Coincidence? Then look, 7/17, 2025, anniversary of Levi Stadium football field. 6/4 is the anniversary date this year, birthday of Seattle Seahawks. The difference is 10/18. Luke 10:18, I beheld Satan being hurled out of heaven, right? And the same day of what? That the birthday of the guy who killed Kennedy, his name is Lee Harvey Oswald. His birthday is 10/18. Then look at this here. Brookfield Zoo, where they had the tarantula at this morning. They were founded July 1st. There's your 7-1 again, or 1-7. Look, July 1st. Take July 1st, 2025, anniversary this year. From Super Bowl Sunday, you get 7-11. Remember Trump said 7-11 instead of 9-11 back in the day? He meant 9-11. Also, look to the right. It's also 3:16. 3:16, like John 3:16 is sacrifice. When something happens, Super Bowl Sunday. It's deep, y'all. All right, let me hasten on. We'll finish this up. Next, we have the governor of Chicago, Pritzker. January 19th is his birthday. Take January 19th, 2025. Last year, his birthday. Super Bowl Sunday is here. The difference is 55 weeks. Well, Julius Caesar died at 55 years old. Who's the modern day Julius Caesar? And then look, Charlotte the tarantula comes after 324. The 324th day of the year is November 20th. That's Joe Biden's birthday. People, what's going on? What's going on? I'm Friendshot Pearson. Pray you enjoyed it. God bless you. God did not give us a spirit of fear, give us a sound mind. Hold on to God's changing hand. Think about what I'm saying here. This thing is deeper. This is so deep. It's bigger than a tarantula, people. It's bigger than that. It's about these gods. They worship gods. They worship spiders. They believe they were entities back in the day. Do you understand? They're bringing the stuff from the past all the way till now. This is how they work. Neith, the Egyptian spider goddess. God bless.